There was never an intention to show disrespect to any religious group.
There's no way in hell I would let any child in my family go anywhere near the Olympics after what I just saw.
And to sit here and let France mock the country, mock your religion, make fun of every single thing you feel holy. This is the Last Supper. This is disgusting. This is not art.
We are, of course, really sorry. Really sorry. Really sorry. Really sorry.
The holiest city in Islam has been swarmed by a catastrophic plague of locusts.
It's along the coast of Rhode Island as a swarm takes over a local beach there.
As those floodwaters continue.
You guys, it's worse than it was just a minute ago.
Imagine you open your garage door and you see the entire Atlantic Ocean.
Christianity is the only thing standing between people and the state. Because when you have God above government, the government doesn't become God.
Oh yeah, unbelievable phenomenon, biblical prophecies that are actually happening now, and the 2024 opening ceremony. Believe it or not, they're all tied together. Now, some might think I'm crazy for making this. I don't care. I had to put this out. If you watch it until the end, it'll all make sense. Don't miss the end. The end is literally mind-blowing. While I was putting this video together this week, it actually shocked me at how it all just comes together. It's literally insane. So thanks for joining. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you're not new, welcome back. Prepare to be blown away because things are about to get real. Let's dive right in with an event that left many in awe. Just a few months ago, we witnessed a total solar eclipse.
Total solar eclipse that will darken the skies for millions of people.
But during this eclipse, something extraordinary happened. A comet, known as the Devil's Comet, appeared in the sky.
I'm talking about.
Yeah, you saw that. I tried to tell you.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That might be the Devil's Comet. They got something called the Devil's Comet.
While seeing a solar eclipse is already a rare phenomenon that not many get to witness, the chance of seeing a comet in the sky at the same time that the sun goes dark has many believing that this relates directly to biblical prophecies. The Bible speaks of such events with haunting clarity. In the book of Revelation it is written, "I watched as he opened the sixth seal. There was a great earthquake, the sun turned black, and the stars in the sky fell to earth." Now this is the part where things get really interesting. Just 3 days before the solar eclipse, where the sun went black and the star fell from heaven, this happened.
New York City was stunned by a 4.8 magnitude earthquake that rattled the nation's largest city.
A 4.8 magnitude earthquake hit New Jersey and could be felt from Maryland to Massachusetts.
Just 3 days prior to the solar eclipse, there was a great earthquake in an area that was highly unlikely to get earthquakes of that magnitude.
This is the biggest one, the strongest one that has been on that fault line in 240 years.
Tremors from the earthquake were felt as far as 200 miles away.
So you mean to tell me an unexpected earthquake with a magnitude that's very rare for that location happened right before the sun went dark and a star was seen falling from the sky? Okay, interesting. Let's continue.
It is completely dark. You have to see this. Everyone is silent.
The odds of such a perfect alignment are astronomically low, leading many to question if this was merely a celestial coincidence or something more.
And yeah, eclipses happen all the time in one little sliver or another little sliver, but the precise date, the precise timing, the fact that these two eclipses are 7 years apart, and then the date that it happens, like, are you kidding me? It's actually like reading biblical headlines, but it's in our headlines.
Many enjoyed the event and participated in watching the solar eclipse. While others viewed this from a religious standpoint, seeing this as a sign of the end of times.
But in those days after the tribulation, the sun will be darkened and the moon will not give its light, and the stars will be falling from heaven. The Bible always perfectly corresponds to reality.
The eerie timing with the solar eclipse made even the biggest skeptics take a second look.
Okay, well that is a lot of coincidences. I mean, one would have to admit that's a lot of coincidences.
Whether or not you choose to see this as a sign of the rapture, you have to admit that the chance of seeing this comet in the sky while the sun has a solar eclipse and the comet is named the Devil's Comet is either a very strange coincidence or it aligns perfectly with the passages in the Bible.
A horned comet will be visible during the eclipse on April 8th. It's also called the Devil's Comet. Gets its name due to its unusual shape.
Why are they named what they're named? And if you're looking at everything through a biblical worldview, you're looking at these things as prophetic headlines. Exactly what the Bible described would be happening. This thing is real. There will be a one world government. There will be a one world monetary system. There will not be borders. I mean, we're actually seeing all those things ramp up in our headlines every single day. And what these things do is they say this language was already in the Bible before it was in our headlines. So again, then we have to read what the message says.
But it doesn't stop there.
More than 1 trillion of the loud insects will swarm parts of the U.S. later this month.
Wait. I'm sorry, can we just pause for 1 second? Did she just say trillions?
1 trillion of the loud insects will swarm parts of the U.S. later this month.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Think about that just for a second. Not millions, not even billions, which is an insanely large amount. She said trillions. News reports warn of trillions of cicadas that will begin appearing in the U.S. this year.
This is unreal. This is scary.
Mormon crickets continue to infest cities and homes in numbers that are unheard of.
They just don't stop coming.
Even clouds of dragonflies and mosquitoes have been appearing in unexpected areas.
They're talking, epic numbers, biblical kind of numbers.
Sunbathers along the coast of Rhode Island as a swarm of dragonflies takes over a local beach there.
But worst of all are the locusts. While some may view this as a simple change in climate and Mother Nature, others are paying very close attention, as this is also something that is mentioned directly word for word in the Bible.
Then worst of all will come foul smoke from the pit of hell. It's an attack by something like locusts. Out of the smoke came locusts upon the earth.
Let's head to East Africa, where locust swarms of biblical proportions have been devastating crops, leaving communities in despair.
Giant swarm of locusts about 15 kilometers long crosses Madagascar's National Route 7.
Coming in clouds that literally blacken the skies, destroying crops and causing famine in various countries around the world.
There's already not much rice, so after the locusts, there's nothing left for our women and children to eat.
What's happening right now in Mecca is beyond belief. The holiest city in Islam has been swarmed by a catastrophic plague of locusts during the holy month of Ramadan.
A sudden swarm of locusts invading the holy city of Mecca, disrupting their sacred rituals and causing widespread alarm. The significance of this event cannot be overstated. Mecca is considered the holiest city in Saudi Arabia, and the timing of this infestation during a holy day adds a layer of profound meaning to an already disturbing event. Many saw this as more than just a natural occurrence. It was seen as a divine sign, a warning perhaps that God is angry, or a sign of things to come. In this next video, a bone-dry desert in Saudi Arabia suddenly fills up with water that appeared to come out of nowhere. Take a look. Water coming up from beneath the ground, turning what was once a dry desert into a miraculous river. One person even captured footage of water bursting out of a rock wall and flowing down like a waterfall. Many users online were stunned, and the locals were equally astonished, witnessing what can only be described as a transformation of their environment. This isn't just a once-in-a-lifetime event. It's something that has spiritual and prophetic resonance. This phenomenon is particularly intriguing when we consider the biblical prophecy from Isaiah chapter 35 verse 6, which states, "For waters shall burst forth in the wilderness, and streams in the deserts." And that is exactly what happened in Saudi Arabia in 2023. Seeing these prophecies come to life in such a dramatic fashion makes one wonder about the deeper significance behind these events. Even pastors talk about it in sermons as a sign of the end of times.
For water will gush in the wilderness and streams in the desert. Vengeance is coming. God's retribution is coming.
I will even make a road in the wilderness and rivers in the desert.
And it's kind of creepy when you really think about it. This is another thing that directly aligns with scripture from the Bible. Okay, so earthquakes, blackened sun, falling stars, swarms of locusts, rivers in the desert. You got my attention. I'm listening. What else? As we move on to the next segment, keep in mind that the significance of what we've just witnessed, nature, prophecy, and reality intertwine in ways that leave us questioning the world around us. Now let's shift our focus to another biblical phenomenon that has left many in shock. Rivers turning red as if filled with blood. This unsettling event has been recorded in multiple locations around the world. In these next few clips, we witness something truly unsettling. A month after the solar eclipse in May 2024, citizens and locals of Songpan, China were left in awe as the Minjiang River flowed blood red. This phenomenon caused many online debates as to whether this was a sign from above or if it had a simpler scientific explanation such as algae or water contamination. Whatever the case may be, it's still mystifying and shocking to witness with your own eyes. But this was not an isolated event. Over in Indonesia, a small village captured similar footage of water flowing through the streets and alleys, which was also blood red. Now let's turn towards the Dead Sea. A pool of water turned blood red, baffling locals and authorities. Not only did the water turn red, but the timing was impeccable. This strange phenomenon took place a day before one of the holiest Jewish days, Yom Kippur.
البني لا نعرف ما هي الأسباب هل هو فعلا نفط كما تشاهدون التشققات الموجودة.
The Jordanian Water Ministry dispatched teams to investigate, but the cause remained a mystery, while theories began to skyrocket.
But the theory doesn't explain why it suddenly turned red while other ponds in the area didn't.
Having no scientific evidence as to what could have caused the water to turn blood red, it left people on the internet going nuts with theories and speculations. Okay, wait, I'm sorry. We're gonna keep going, but I would not swim in that. Would you? You hopping in there? You taking a little dip? I didn't think so. Again, a similar event took place in Russia. An entire river flowed blood red through a winter wonderland, creating a spectacular visual. The Bible speaks of such occurrences in Revelation 16:4. The third angel poured out his bowl on the river and springs of water, and they became blood. Now it's pretty easy to understand why the church would look at this as a sign of the second coming. So it makes you wonder, are we witnessing the fulfillment of prophecies? The eerie red waters certainly align with the descriptions in Revelations. So whether these are natural phenomena or divine signs, the resemblance to the biblical text is striking. So what do you think? Does everything have a scientific explanation? Or is there something much larger than ourselves pulling strings to make things like this happen? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. And we're not finished yet. Things begin to heat up as the world experiences devastating wildfires on a scale it's never seen before.
Mother.
In August 2023, wildfires swept through the island of Maui, Hawaii, consuming over 2,100 acres and causing widespread devastation.
Apocalyptic images from Hawaii, where wildfires have killed at least 6 people.
The flames consumed homes, wildlife, and vegetation, leaving a charred landscape in their wake. This fire was on a scale that the world had never seen.
Everyone in Hawaii knows how to handle a hurricane, but the fact is that it created a phenomenon with the winds that no one could have foreseen. There were adjectives used like dire and apocalyptic, and you can see exactly why.
Many clips of these disasters has been uploaded and gone viral on social media. In this clip, a man watches out the window of an airplane as he can see the whole country on fire. This man sees fire creeping closer and closer to his home, praying that his house won't catch a blaze.
F***ing 2 doors away from my house.
People on the island even swam out in the ocean to get away from the flames. And they could do nothing but float there and watch, as their way of life burned right before their eyes. Then just this year in February 2024, Chile faced its own fiery disaster.
Massive forest fires in Chile have killed at least 122 people.
Massive wildfires tore through the central and southern regions, destroying homes and natural habitats. The fires were so severe that international assistance was called in to help control the blaze. Meanwhile, the western half of the US is currently seeing fires on a massive scale ravaging nearly 1 million acres.
An especially active fire season is exacting a huge toll across several western states.
Entire communities are being displaced and the environment is suffering extensive damage. Whether seen through a scientific lens or a religious one, the surge in wildfires around the globe is alarming. The Bible mentions such fiery calamities in Revelation 8:7. The first angel sounded his trumpet, and 1/3 of the earth was burned, 1/3 of the trees were burned, and all the green grass was burned.
Angels blowing trumpets announcing judgment. 1/3 of the earth burned up, 1/3 of the trees burned up, all the green grass burned up. That's the vision of what is to come.
These recent fires eerily align with the biblical prophecy. The coincidence of these events with biblical prophecies has left many to ponder. Are we witnessing the signs of the end times? The destruction and chaos certainly mirror the warnings found in Revelation. As we face these unprecedented natural disasters, one thing is clear. Our world is changing, and these changes echo the ancient texts in a way that are both haunting and thought-provoking. But it's not just the land having record-breaking disasters. Things have taken a dramatic turn in our oceans as we witness an unsettling phenomenon of mass die-offs among marine life. In January 2024, Japan experienced an extraordinary and troubling event. Thousands of dead fish washed up on the shores in waves that were almost too surreal to believe. The sight was both shocking and heartbreaking, with endless stretches of coastline covered in lifeless bodies of sea creatures. This strange event has left many questioning what could be causing such a massive die-off. And just when you thought it couldn't get any stranger, a similar incident occurred in Texas. Tens of thousands of dead fish were found lining the beaches, creating an apocalyptic scene that stunned local residents and scientists alike.
It's kind of alarming to see that many dead fish on shore and coming ashore.
The sheer scale of the die-off was hard to comprehend, raising concerns about the health of our oceans and the life within them. And most recently, just 2 weeks ago in Scotland, dozens of dead whales were discovered beached upon the shore.
A different team of scientists is now planning to take blood samples from the dead mammals to try to unravel the mystery of why this keeps happening.
This tragic event has been one of the largest whale beachings in recent history, and it has left marine biologists scrambling for answers. The images of these majestic creatures lying lifeless on the sand are a stark reminder of the fragility of marine ecosystems. Again, all things that can be found in the Bible, specifically in the book of Revelation. In Revelation 16:3 it is written, "The second angel poured out his bowl on the sea, and it turned into blood like that of a dead man, and every living thing in the sea died." This chilling prophecy speaks of widespread death in the oceans, an omen that seems to be playing out before our very eyes. And this has been going on for years, not just recently. However, the numbers seem to increase year by year. Are these merely coincidences, or are they signs of something much more profound?
And 1/3 of the sea becomes blood, 1/3 of the creatures in the sea and had life died. The sea filled with putrefying bodies of billions of dead creatures. Much of the fresh water supply turned into bitter poison, the atmosphere polluted with gases and showers of heavenly debris.
The biblical references to such events are hard to ignore. As we delve deeper into these occurrences, we must ask ourselves, are these signs of the end of times as described in the book of Revelation? The death of marine life on such a massive scale certainly mirrors the ominous warnings found in the ancient texts. Over the last couple of years, we've witnessed some of the most extreme weather events in recorded history. There's been a constant increase in tornadoes, hurricanes, flooding, and earthquakes, each more intense than the last. Take the holy city of Mecca, for example. Within the last year, Mecca has experienced record-breaking storms and floods. The intensity of these events has left many wondering if they are witnessing a sign from God. People were blown around by intense winds at their holy temple. The streets were so flooded, many viewed it as a divine message. Adding to the drama, lightning struck the clock tower of the temple while people gathered for prayer. Then there's this incredible footage from Oklahoma, where a man captured a tornado so wide the entire cyclone couldn't even fit into frame. Bro, what are we gonna do with that? Where are we gonna go? Might as well record. You can't get away from that. Notice the size of the water tower compared to this monstrosity of a tornado. This tornado is a stark reminder of nature's immense power and unpredictability. Over in Japan, a massive earthquake with record-breaking magnitudes shook the streets in 2024. The ground rumbled, buildings swayed, and lives were disrupted by the sheer force of nature. In another astonishing clip, we see a man open his garage door only to be greeted by the ocean.
Imagine you open your garage door and you see the entire Atlantic Ocean.
Yes, that is the entire ocean in your parking garage, correct. So that's just normal, right? Which has surged inland far beyond its usual boundaries. These scenes are not just shocking, but also reminiscent of apocalyptic visions described in the Bible. Revelation 16:20 states every island fled away and the mountains could not be found. The ever-worsening weather patterns are causing people to wonder, are these signs of the rapture?
Great signs from heaven, terrors, fires, diseases, heat, cold, floods, hurricanes, tornadoes, drought. There will be earthquakes in various places. There will also be famines. Luke's count says great earthquakes, seismoi megaloi, megaquakes, like the 9-point quake 80 miles off the shore of Japan. It's the nature of living in a cursed planet. It's not yet the end.
As we witness these terrifying acts of nature, we're forced to confront the possibility that our world is undergoing profound changes. Whether you view these through the lens of science or prophecy, the reality is undeniable. Extreme weather is becoming our new normal.
The land has already been devastated. The sea has been devastated. The fresh water has been devastated. The sky has been devastated.
He predicted exactly the way history would go.
Throughout this video, we've explored a series of incredible and alarming events that seem to echo the prophecies of the book of Revelation. But there's one more event that has shaken the world to its core. In 2024, the Olympic opening ceremony sparked a massive controversy. Many Christians viewed the event as blatant mockery of God and Christianity. The ceremony featured cross-dressers reenacting the Last Supper, with a naked man painted in blue dancing in a sexual manner. This spectacle was not only shocking, but deeply offensive to many viewers. The backlash was immediate and intense.
It's always the Christians, Evelyn, who come under attack, but it's just pathetic.
Have you watched any of the Olympics?
I thought that the opening ceremony was a disgrace, actually. I'm very open-minded, but I thought what they did was a disgrace.
The guy on the black next to the kid to the left,
Right
he's
there.
got these things that are called testicles that are hanging out. Just so you know, okay? Right there, boom, right there, okay?
Hey!
This is called the Olympics, a family-friendly environment for your kids to aspire to one day be in the Olympics.
And to sit here and let France mock the country, mock your religion, make fun of every single thing you feel holy. This is the Last Supper. This is everything holy about Christianity. This is disgusting. This is not art.
In various podcasts, defenders of Christianity voiced their outrage, highlighting how such acts attack the very foundation of their faith.
I am a Christian. This did offend me. It also offended a lot of people who just want to watch the Olympics.
The one thing they want to do is push the envelope and push it over. But I was insulted. It was terribly insulting.
These strong sentiments echoed across social media and public forums. The controversy boiled to such a peak that the Olympic chairman was compelled to issue a national apology, acknowledging the offense caused by the ceremony.
Clearly, there was never an intention to show disrespect to any religious group. On the contrary, I think that Majorly really tried to celebrate community tolerance. If people have taken any offense, we are, of course, really, really sorry.
So after the apology, the Olympics Committee in France have tried to remove all traces of the opening ceremony from the internet. They don't even want videos uploaded on YouTube of the opening ceremony, but they felt like it was okay to publish on national public television. Think about that for a second. They want to pretend like it never happened and hope you forget.
The official video of the Paris 2024 opening ceremony is deleted from the Olympics account.
To pretend like everything you saw wasn't exactly what you saw, because as I've told you guys, we are now at the point in human history where they are signaling to us that we should not believe our own eyes. Well, obviously, they were mocking the Last Supper. It is exact. It is as exact as it possibly could be to mimic and to mock and to pervert the Last Supper. It's meant to be an attack on Christianity, an attack on Christ. It is a way for them to signal that the devil has won.
Not only were Christians offended, but many families with traditional morals were also upset, considering the fact they have young children that are watching this event take place.
Who the hell in the committee thought this was a good idea to launch to kids? That's what I want to know. What was the benefit of this? Do we want more kids to be part of the LGBTQ community? Is that what benefits?
There's no way in absolute hell I would let any child in my family go anywhere near the Olympics after what I just saw. This pagan crap shoved in your face.
Why is there a child knelt down and they're being disgusting around them and the guy's testicle is hanging out? That is a decision, and everybody else going, let's put an 8-year-old right next to the guy whose shorts are...
That's his religion,
That's
though.
disgusting.
Yeah,
This incident at the Olympics ties back to the events we've discussed. Many see it as another sign of the end of times, aligning with biblical warnings of widespread mockery of faith and moral decay.
I think Christians are the biggest target, which is why they always attack Christians, because Christianity is the only thing standing between people and the state.
From celestial events to natural disasters, and now to a global stage where faith itself is being mocked.
The big picture is false religion has massacred Christians, and it's doing it right now as we speak. Verse 9, be on your guard, for they will deliver you to the courts. You will be flogged, and it's not going to get better, it's going to get worse. If the world hates you, John 15:18, you know it hated me before you. They persecuted me, they will also persecute you. The things that have been indicated here are happening now. What we're seeing in human history is just the beginning. This is reality. And again, I say, reality corresponds to Scripture.
Yeah, wow, I know. So before we go, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching and joining me in today's video. Your support and curiosity is what pushes me and drives me to keep on making these cool videos of strange sightings. But before we wrap it up, I know today was a heavy video, so I want to leave you guys with a positive message. In times of uncertainty, it's our faith and our hope that keep us grounded. Let's hold on to our beliefs and support each other throughout thick and thin. And speaking of faith, I'm excited to share something special with you guys. Inspired by this video, while I was creating this, I made a new piece of merchandise. It's a shirt that says faith over fear. And it's a reminder to always choose courage and belief over doubt and anxiety. You can find it in the MSTV store right now at mstv.com, or you can find it down below in the links. I'll leave a link in the description and in the top comment. Wearing this shirt, you'll carry a message of strength and positivity everywhere you go. So thank you once again for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe this video for more thought-provoking content. And until next time, stay safe, stay curious, and keep your faith. Peace.